So, another day, another gig log. In fact, slightly different this weekend because I actually have 2 gigs to do, which used to be rare, but it is becoming more often. And while it's a lot of fun, it does really hit home when you're doing them more on a regular basis. You're like, this is really hard work. But for now, I'm still finding it as a fun job, so it's one of them. I'm just going to stick with it. We are on Easter weekend. Good Friday was yesterday, and obviously Easter Sunday is tomorrow. And yeah, they are these gigs over the weekend are 2 different sorts, like completely different. This one today is a christening, which is like kind of just music and kids karaoke, which will be fine. And then we have Sunday, which is the unofficial launch of Masters. And Masters is going to be this new kids club thing, and it's meant to be really good and everything like that, but it's going to be so much hard work. I was actually playing the set list last night, and I'll have to show it you sometime, but it's basically like I think it starts off with like 3 party dances, and then like just music and party games and that sort of thing, and then there's like 4 party dances, music, another 4 party dances, music, and then the final bit is 5 party dances, and it's like, right, I'm going to do them in a row, and it's like, this is going to kill me. So tomorrow is going to be so much hard work, but it's going to be really, really good fun at the same time. So I don't know if I'm to look forward to it or dread it. I know that nothing is actually going to be able to happen this weekend, which is going to put a dampener on things for me, because during this week I was booked and confirmed that I'm definitely going off to Canada, which is really good news, and that is going to be happening in June of this year. So I will be in Canada for the first week of June. No, hang on. Last week of June, and then it's like the first 2 weeks and a little bit of July, I think. But like I was looking at the dates the other day, I was like, hang on, this is like near enough 3 weeks long. So really excited to be going there. But I've explained why I'm really excited to go there in a different video, so I'll put the link below. But it's just going to be really, really cool. So if you're wondering what I'm doing at the moment, basically the only things that come away from me, or with me, they never come away from me, after a gig is usually like my laptop and the external hard drive. And I've been fortunate enough that like the past couple of weeks, the rest of the equipment has actually been stored in the club where I am today. So that's really, really handy, because it saves me having to like set everything up and move it all around and everything like that. So I'm really thankful for that. But today is in the club, and then tomorrow is down in Liverpool. So because we can't get into the club at like 9:30 in the morning tomorrow morning, we are picking the stuff up at the end of today's gig, and then we're taking it to an overnight storage, and then I've got to be up like stupidly early tomorrow for this gig, and tomorrow's gig starts at 12, well technically 12:15, but 12, and goes on till 5, and today the times got changed, because today was meant to be a 12 o'clock start until 5, but that got changed, so it's now 3 o'clock, and we don't know if it's going to be a 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock finish. Like, I've still got to find that out. But I thought it'd be really cool for you guys to come and see what things are like at the club, which is why I'm filming this. And basically it's a good little setup at the club. Like, I like it and everything. But obviously today I've got the work to do as well, which any mobile DJ will know what I mean when I say the work. Just because like, when people hire you as a DJ and you tell them how much it's going to be, and like at MBD we charge by the hour, and our price is currently £25 an hour, and people will go like, oh, I'm only getting you for like 4 hours, that's £100, why are you charging £100? And it's like, well, not only are we doing like all the entertainment, that's covered, but you've then got the fact that we have to transport the stuff there and back, we have to set all the stuff up, we have to take it all down, we've got to repair the stuff when it breaks, we've got to replace the stuff if it needs upgrading, or it breaks and needs replacing and that sort of thing. We've got to pay for that, so it all goes into a big pot and then comes out the pot. I will show you today, because I wasn't able to show you earlier on in the week, but I did have to go down to the club during the week because at the last gig that I was doing at the club, I actually blew a speaker, and the noise that it makes is just, it's one of them, you'll have to hear it, but it's, so this is my gig log. So with the power of editing, let's go to the club. So I've still got one phone speaker, which is the one nearest to me, but look. And then the settings on the mixer today. Basically, got a problem today with the smoke machine, and if I can try and get video of it, I will for you. But basically, the heater that they've got in the club is a Canon that's got a fire at the back, and yeah, that has the flames in it. But for some reason, it's causing the smoke to be drawn into it, and it's getting rid of the smoke. So poor Smokey's having to work extra hard today. Good job I topped up on the juice. But there's actually not that many people here, and karaoke is open, but no one seems to be wanting to do it, so you'll get to hear my microphone voice now.
Don't forget, as well as you're playing music, you can sing it today as well. Karaoke is open. And all I have to say is, as soon as you get your request in, as soon as we can get it on for you. I guarantee later on I'll have a list the size of me trying to get songs put on. Never always happens. So get your request in for karaoke nice and early.
And nothing. So for now I'm just playing top 40 music and trying to think of what I can play. I've also been out and bought new batteries today as well,
and I forgot all my pens and paper and everything, so I've had to go and buy new stuff. And the reason you need pen and paper when you're doing karaoke is to note everything down, because it is quite hard doing karaoke. It's not my favourite thing to do, but fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll show you the smoke machine. I think they've just turned off the fire thing, so should start getting into the lights now. But if you can see, switch. So you can see it's getting all fucking blown over to me, but it should get nice and cool in a little bit, so that's good. I've just found a laser as well. I'm going to go and turn that on. Completely forgot about it at all. Checking in a bit.
Don't be shy, because your mother wasn't. Okay, so that's why we're here today. Romancing. Just tell us going to be one of those songs we'll go on holiday this year, and that'll be on every 5 minutes. I know quite a few songs as well. The new one from September, Party in My Head.
I'm having fun now, I'm settling in. Ish. a good crowd up to now anyway, so it's got to be something. But yeah, it's not getting full that loud today because if I blow the other speaker, I'm completely screwed. And I'm also not singing on karaoke to get everyone in the karaoke mood. Like, it's just not happening at all. But they've turned the heater off now, so I've got my smoke machine back working properly. And I was going to do a load of party dances, but everyone's gone home early, and we are down to like 40 people left, and that's including the kids. So I actually don't know what time we're going on till now. So it's going to be between 7 and 8. But if people keep going like they have been doing, it'll be an early finish, which is never a bad thing anyway. So check in with you in a minute.
So that's it after day 1, and I'm just getting back in now. And oh my god, what a gig. I mean, even though you try your hardest not to, as a DJ, there are certain audiences that you work really, really well with, and you know, like, they will dance to near enough everything you play. You can have, you know, like a good bit of a rapport with them and all that sort of thing. And then there's audiences that are just hard work, and that was one of them today. I mean, to put things nicely, I mean, I got there at about 1:30 today, not starting till 3. And the original idea behind it was, you know, I can get down nice and early, I can get everything set up, like taking my time, and then I can do a bit to camera and, you know, like show you guys the room and everything. And then when I get down there, the reason that they changed the time from 12 till 3 in the first place was because they had this other performer on, like a magician sort of fella. So he was on, he was really good, and then I started at about 10 to 3. You know, part of me in the back of my mind is going, right, okay, you know, there is like 30 or 40 kids here. You know, do I go down the route of doing all the party games and the party dances? And then it's like, well, okay, well, you know, I've just been paid to play music. That's all my job is, you know, and we've got the karaoke to do and everything like that. So that's constantly running through the back of your mind going, right, what am I doing? So I decided that, you know, I only got paid to play music and do the karaoke, so that's all I'm going to do. And, you know, there is no prizes if I wanted to go ahead and do party games. And the magician on before, he'd done party games with them, so, you know, it was kind of only going to be like, we've already done this, if I went to go and do any games and that sort of thing. So the only thing I could realistically do was party dances. But then you look around the audience at some of the people who were in there, and I was just like, do you know, this would go so wrong. So one of my pet peeves, because you might well have seen where I was set up, and it's on the stage, and one of my pet peeves is kids being let loose. Like, literally, the parents go in there at whatever time, and they just don't care about the kids. And it's like, you know, part of me wants to turn around and go, you know, I can entertain these, but I've not been paid to do so. But then the other part of me turns around and is going, I'm not a childminder, you know? I'm not here to look after your children. They are still your responsibility, and that's why you're here. This isn't a creche. So the kids are running around on the stage, and, you know, like, the speakers are up on the poles, the lights are up on the poles and everything, and they are secure. Like, the stands are fully out, and, you know, it is safe. You know, like, the weight limits all work and everything. But because the stage is that old, it's like the proper wooden flooring. So if you walk past the speaker, the floor does dip a little bit, so the speakers do move. It's the same with the lights, you know. And to be honest, with the lights, even if they're on a solid floor, they will still move a little bit, because you've got the American DJ Reflex, which is 2 mirrors, and they move around, but they do cause a bit of movement within the light system itself. So I'm sat there and I'm thinking, right, I'm not being funny here, but I've kind of got like over $1,000's worth of equipment on this stage. Now, if a kid runs over and trips over a wire, or, you know, something, it could damage my equipment, and I'm not in the position to be able to go, right, okay, yeah, I've got another gig tomorrow, but I can do without that. The stuff that I've got, I need. And then, so I turned the music down. I was like, right, off the stage, please. So a couple of mothers come over and they get the kids off the stage. And then in front of me, because I'm on like the side of the stage, but in front of me and to the left of me, there's a little door which gives you access to like the back room of the bar, and you can also get onto the bar through it. The club itself doesn't have anything like central heating, like they've never heard of it. So what their heater is this big orange gas tank, and it's like a big fan sort of thing, and it has a flame at the back of it, and it throws the heat out, and it does work, it gets the place nice and warm and everything. But you've got kids in the room that the parents are not doing anything for that child, and the child's going in and they're like getting really close to the thing, and it's very dangerous. So the member of bar staff came down, she turned it off altogether, she shut the door and left it for a while, but then the room starts to get cold again, so they've got to open it up to put the heater on and all that sort of thing. And the kids are going in again, and it's like, seriously, get hold of your kids. And then, I mean, that's kind of the basics, right? I mean, entertainers and DJs are there to do their job. If you hire them as a childminder, hire them as a childminder. Don't hire us as a DJ who childminds, because seriously, you probably won't have enough money to make that happen. So I carry on, and I'm constantly saying, like, you even heard it on the mic, I'm saying, like, karaoke is available, you can do karaoke and all that sort of thing. Now, think realistically, how many songs are there in the world that have like ever been created, right? There are millions upon millions of songs. You're not going to get all of these on karaoke at all. It's just not possible. They are not made in karaoke form. So when people are coming up to me and saying, have you got such and such a song? And it's like, no. And they're going, well, you should have that song. And it's like, hang on, I'm not being funny. I carry with me just over 30,000 karaoke music files. So if I haven't got what you need, then that's kind of tough on you, because I've got what I need. I've done many karaoke parties before, and things have been fine. Call. Hang on. Hello. Later. Bye. Bye. So, if I've not got this song that you love to hear singing, I can pretty much guarantee that is not the only song that you will want to sing. So find another song that I have got. That's the whole point of having me there. And years and years ago, when DJs used to carry around these karaoke discs, and don't get me wrong, some of them still do, and they have these books made up, and it's full of songs and the codes and everything like that. That works for some people. It doesn't for me. Like, everything is on my laptop, and it's a case of search for the song and it'll come up. If you've got it, it's there. If you haven't, it's not there. So that's how it works. So people come over to me and they're like, have you got a book? No. Well, what have you got? Thousands. Name a song. Right. Elvis. Okay, what song? Well, what have you got? So I type in Elvis, and there's like 230 odd responses, and it's like, right, name a song. Well, anything by Elvis. So that annoyed me. Another thing that really annoys me, and it did happen today, and I knew that something was going to happen at the end, because the bar is open until they stop serving tonight at 11:30, and I was only paid until 8 o'clock. 3 o'clock start, 8 o'clock finish, that's it. And the woman said to me, who booked me, and she's like, if they want to carry it on after 8 o'clock, that's fair enough. If you can do it, that's fine, but they have to pay you. And it got to 8:30, nobody had paid, and I was like, right, okay, they must want it to finish at 8 o'clock. Sorry, it got to 7:30, anyway. So I start packing everything away, and I text my brother, who is the one who's helping me to pick all the stuff up tonight, ready for tomorrow. I said to him, "You're gonna have to get here early." So he got there early, and what I did was I played 2 last songs, and people were still going, "Can I sing this?" And it's like, "No, we've not got time." And some of them were like, "Okay, fair enough, see you later." So I put it on the system on PC DJ, and users of PC DJ will know about this, but you have a feature on it called Auto Mix. So basically I can leave both of my channels up on the mixer, and PC DJ itself at the end of one song will begin another one. It like does a slow fade across, and it's a great feature. So I was halfway through playing a song, I got a text off my brother saying, "I'm outside, I don't know where the main door is, come and meet me." So I was like, okay, so put Auto Mix on, lined up my next one, which is it was going to be the last one, and it was Whitney Houston, I Wanna Dance With Somebody. So halfway through the Nolans, line it up, go out, and left the both lines up, and it changed the song over perfectly and everything. Go meet my brother, and as we're walking back in, I noticed that the volume's changing, and then the volume goes right off and then comes back on, and I'm thinking, right, somebody's messing around with this. So as I walk in, there's a fella there stood there with the headphones on, trying to play around with the mixers. He's looking for the microphones as well to try and say something. Now he would normally expect me to go up and be like, "Oh, it's really funny." My actual response was kind of like a fuck you, because he's not the one who has had to build this equipment up over many years. He's not the one who has the money to pay for it if he breaks it. I haven't, but I know I'm not going to break it. He's messing around with my stuff, and it's like, right, okay, I'm not being funny, that's not funny. So I go up there and say, "Can you go away?" And he takes the headphones off and he goes, "Oh, it's okay, I used to be a DJ." And I just gave him the evilest look, and he walked away. I didn't even say anything. So he went off, and this last song was on, and I was like, right, I've had enough, this is the last song. I'm not even going to say good night to these people because they've done my head in, seriously. So I went and turned all the lights on in the club, went and turned my own lights off, and start taking the stuff down. I'm showing my brother how to take the lights off. And this one fella, he sat there, he's going, "Hey, have you got John Lennon?" I'm like, "Well, it's too late, I finished." So a couple of minutes later he comes over, and bear in mind, by this time it's like 5 minutes over, so all the leads are getting put away, the laptop's turned off, everything else is powered down, it's just the wires need unclipping and boxing up and everything. And he comes over and he goes, "Well, is it too late for us to pay you to carry on?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he went, "Well, you finished at 5 to 8. And I was like, "Well, I started at 10 to 3. So if you want to play that game, I started earlier, so I've gone over time." And he had no response, and he just turned around and went, "Well, I'm not the one paying you, so I can't say anything. I'm just saying you finished 5 minutes early." And it's like, well, no, I didn't. For starters, the last song didn't come on until 5-2, and if it's not a 5-minute song, not my fault. I'm not arsed, I'm going home. But then that was it. He went away, and I swear to God, I was just in one of them moods. It took me literally about 5 minutes to take everything down and get it in the car, because I was fuming, like literally tearing the leads out, throwing them in the bag, and just like, right, let's go. Sod it, I can't be around these people. So we pack everything up and we're leaving, and I ended up going back to my mum's, having a drink there and explaining the gig to her and everything. But there needs to be some standard set here for mobile DJs, and I know that other DJs who do blogs on YouTube have explained this sort of thing before to people, but the message apparently still isn't getting through. So I need to make this really, really clear. So I am not a childminder. And if you come to one of my events, even if I'm doing children's party games and party dances and everything, I'm still not the childminder. You are still responsible for your child. The other thing with that is, your responsibility is there for their safety. If your child comes over and touches the smoke machine, right, it's complicated on how a smoke machine actually works, but those things are damn hot, and they take a good 20 minutes to cool down before you can even go near them to touch them, right? They're stupidly hot. So if your child touches that, it doesn't matter for how long they touch it. Obviously, the longer, the worse the burn's going to be, but they will burn themselves. That's not my responsibility, you know? That's your responsibility. It's your child. Keep an eye on it, right? Another thing that we need to get sorted here is to have some manners. For starters, you know, if I haven't got a certain song on karaoke, well, do excuse me if I've not got every billion track that has ever been created on karaoke for your amusement, just in case you want it on, right? So if I haven't got the track, go and find another one that I have. You know, ask me, well, have you got blah blah blah? If I haven't got that, ask me for another one. You will find a song that you can eventually sing, you know? These events are meant to be fun for everyone involved, but when you have crowds like that, the only thing that happens is I get incredibly fucked off. And if I get incredibly fucked off, do you know what happens? I just put megamix after megamix after megamix on. I don't give a shit. And you can ask me for whatever song you want, it is not going to get played, because I will literally just stand back and be like, go and screw yourself. You know, keep your DJ happy and you will have a good event. But if you don't, you won't. Simple as. Now that rant is over, I am going to get to bed, because it is now 10 past 11 at night, and I've got to be up and ready for 9 in the morning to pack my laptop and everything away, ready for tomorrow. Now, for those of you who are wondering what's tomorrow going to be like, I can kind of guarantee you that it is going to be a good event. I mean, I've done gigs for them before. You know, there's a lot of my relatives going, and I'm quite fortunate that, you know, I know that when any of my relatives get together, it's going to be a good time, because, you know, we're a family that we don't meet up that often, but when we do and we have a good catch up and everything, it's such a good giggle. So I am genuinely looking forward to tomorrow. And I think today is just going to be one of them days where it's like, whatever. So I will speak to you in the morning. Welcome to Sunday morning. It is Easter Sunday today, which is kind of cool in a way. And yeah, it's going to be a really good day. Kind of still excited, but just really tired. I planned last night when I got into bed that I was like, you know, I'll have like a little bit of time on Facebook and, you know, Twitter and talking to everyone and that sort of crap, and it just completely went wrong. And yeah, so it did go to plan. I went offline at exactly midnight, and I had like my programs playing because I was fall asleep while there's like something on. So the laptop was playing, I think it was Family Guy, and I think I was awake for about 3 episodes or something like that, and I was just like, right, I'm not sleeping here. So I got up, and then I was on the phone to my friend Sean, and then yeah, I made some food, because I was like, well, I've not eaten since Friday, and yeah, maybe I'm feeling like crap because I've not eaten, because I was like having headache and aches and pains all over. So I had something to eat, and then that really did help. So I think I got off to sleep at about 2:30, maybe 2:45.
and then my lovely alarm woke me up at 8:30 this morning, which is when I went and got like a bath and all that crap sorted. So now it is whatever time it is. Can't even be bothered looking. And I've got to pack everything up and go. So yeah, fun morning. It's raining outside. I don't think it's heavy raining, but I don't like it when it's raining, because, and any mobile DJ will be the same, but you're always there thinking, my stuff's going to get wet. Is it going to work when I set it up? You know, it's always a bit of a concern. So fingers crossed it doesn't get too wet when we're loading it in and out. But if it does, oh well. Right, so. Ooh. Oh god. It's 9:30. Right, on with the day.
So today, I really have to bend down to talk to you because the table is like stupidly low. And I apologise for the smoke, but the only way to get the smoke to the lights is to have it pointed against the back wall and sort of like bouncing off that, and it goes up to the lights and makes the lights look really good. So, yeah, fun times. Alright. So, let me show you today's setup. So, you're on the computer, this is all the same as yesterday, but I've got the list up today of all the party dances and party games and everything, and then obviously video playing screen set up at the moment. Got the blown speaker on that side, and the normal one working there, and I've got the 2 lights up there today and 2 on the floor, and I found it actually evens it out more up there, so that's what I might do in the future. But then the smoke machine down there, going up to the back wall, and then obviously up to me. But hopefully it goes up and gets the lights, the beams, so it's all good fun. So I'll be starting soon. I'll try and get you some more clips later on of everyone. But yeah, I'm excited for it now. Well, here's something that you don't see every day. The last hour of the party only just told to me, and we've got a performing act on, and it's got animals and balloons and everything. So this is what's happening. That's where the mob is sat.
my bath times are always noisy, so you'll have to excuse this and the moves. I thought I would finish off this video the way I'm finishing off my weekend, which is in the bath. Today has been such an amazing day. Like, I knew like a lot of the people who were going to be there at the party, so I knew that it was going to be a good giggle, but I honestly didn't know I would end up with a snake around my neck. Like, it's just unbelievable. I'm so happy that I'm able to like come away from it and be like, you know, I had a really good gig and it was such a good laugh and everyone enjoyed themselves and blah blah blah, but I held a snake. And yes, I do mean the reptile kind, and yes, it is the first time. It's just been, I mean, like, I was booked from 12 till 5, and so the way it was going to be working was, it was going to be me starting at 12, me playing till 5, and that was going to be it. But the way it ended up working out was I didn't start properly until about 1:45, because literally there was just nobody there, and then all of a sudden all these people turned up. And then I'm going through the list of everything because it's the Masters unofficial launch party, so I've got this whole playlist of things to go through. I get about halfway through it and it's pushing like 3:30, and Sarah, who is my cousin and she was the one like hosting the party today, came up and said that there was like an animal person coming. So I was like, oh okay, fair enough. About 20 minutes later, some random fella comes up to me and he goes, you know, whose party is this? So I pointed out Sarah. And then the next minute, there's all these boxes coming in, like 2 boxes, and he pops them down on the stage, and he has this like little, I don't know if it's a gecko or something like that. And yeah, so it was, the way it was set up, it was like he had a chair, and the kids could sit in the chair and have the photograph taken with it, or just hold it, you know, that sort of thing. And that was really good. But then, the next minute, so he puts this gecko thing away, and the kids are like gathering around this box, and they're all getting closer and closer. And I'll never ever forget this moment. The kids were going like, oh, what's in the box, what's in the box? I've never seen as much fear in any kid's faces as when he like opens up the box and pulls out this massive snake. Well, it's massive for me. Probably snake owners would be like, oh yes, a snake. But honest to God, and like, I was stood there, and for a moment I'm going, what the hell is going on? And it was amazing, and like the people could hold it around the neck, and obviously I built up the courage and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I did it, and the snakes were like still doing the rounds, and people just like handing out the snakes, and there ended up being 2 snakes. And then the next thing, I turned around and there is this, oh my god, it's stunning owl. I mean, like, I think owls are really good looking creatures anyway, but this owl stood there, and it's a big owl, and then, you know, it starts flapping its wings and everything, but it's on like a lead, and the kids could like sort of touch a few feathers, but nobody was going to hold it. And like, I wanted to take a picture of it from the front, like kind of looking at the camera, and as I went around I saw the claws on it, and I was like, that's why people can't hold it. Okay, I understand now. So yeah, it was just a surreal performance. Like, I've never had one in my life. I doubt I ever will have one close to that. But it was really good. I really enjoyed myself today because, you know, for a long time now, I've been doing these gigs where it's like, turn up, play music, tell a few jokes, that sort of thing, maybe the odd party dance here and there, but nothing properly, you know, like fuller party dances. full of party gigs, all that sort of thing. I've not done that in ages, and today it was just that, so I really enjoyed myself. But I guess that the moral of the weekend is you've got to take the bad with the good, and you know, it doesn't matter sort of what DJing you're doing, whether you do just do the karaoke, or you do just the party dances, or you do video, or just music, whatever you do. You know, as DJs, we've got to accept that we're not going to have a perfect performance every single time. You know, there's going to be the crowds where you're not going to please them, because that's the way it rolls. You know, that's the way people are. You will never be able to please everyone, and that's just something we've got to deal with. But as long as the good times are really good and the bad times are not so bad, job evens itself out. And it's days like today when I can sit back and just go, oh my god, I really enjoyed myself. I'm knackered because I managed to do all these party dances and setting up, taking down, blah blah blah, on about 4 hours sleep, if that. So, you know, I don't know. So I guess that's it. So thank you for watching. I know this video has gone on for ages, but I just thought, well, I'll show you a weekend of what it's like for me at the moment, while I can. And it just so happens I've gone from one extreme to the other, so whatever, karma, I guess. But for now, it is my chance to sit back, relax, and just enjoy the fact that Easter weekend is over. Ugh. See you next time.